Hey, good evening, USA, International, Canada, Long Island, aka Strong Island, plus the five spots of Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, Staten Island, Queens. This is your man and homie, G Money Stacks, aka the Gregonator, your host with the most, misunderstood lonely nomad, creator, YouTuber, and of course, Queens, New York native from the neck of the woods of Laurelton, Queens, New York. And yes, you are now rocking with me by listening, tuning in, streaming, and watching the 383rd episode of Off the Meat Rack Chainz New York Avenue podcast, live and direct from the comfort space in my room. Yeah, my room. Yes. And of course, YouTube is included. Yes, live and direct from StreamYard and alongside with YouTube. Of course, if you miss any episodes whatsoever, please feel free to actually spread the word. Tell all your friends about this comedy podcast. Trying to reach over 100 subscribers actually, and and leave a like and a comment on the episodes and the topics. Tell me what you think about the topics in each of the episodes. All right. And yeah, so I hope y'all had a great weekend. I do apologize for the delay of the upcoming episodes. Um I had to actually, reset my Wi-Fi again as far as my internet, because my internet's been going in and out and it's been acting a little strange. So pretty much that's what went down actually with the delay. So I'm back fully refreshed and yeah, let me get to now. Let's get to let's cut to the chase with this. The New York Mass Transit Files right here, man. Let's do this. All right. Let's get to it. Hold on. Let's get to this actually. So, all right. So Mayor Eric Adams, right? Um, Mayor Eric Adams said Wednesday that the city is building a bridge to home for mentally ill New Yorkers in an effort to stop subway violence and tackle homelessness both underground and on the city streets. The Bridge to Home program, the mayor will be based near city run hospitals and offer what he described as a supportive home like environment to severely mentally ill patients for up to a year. The goal is to get homeless, mentally ill New Yorkers off the streets and subways who can be a danger to themselves or others into a temporary facility for treatment and ultimately permanent housing. It comes as both Mayor Adams and Governor Kathy Hochul are looking for expanded authority to involuntarily hospitalize severely mentally ill individuals. Hochul has proposed such a law in her state address, and she is seeking to have it enacted this legislative session. We are excited to announce the Bridge to Home model that will meet New Yorkers where they are and provide a supportive facility that gives them the treatment and temporary housing they need while keeping them hang on while keeping them out of the hospitals, off our subways, Adams said. The program, the city says, aims to reduce unnecessary emergency room visits and inpatient hospitalization while also decreasing street homelessness and reliance on shelters. As part of the Bridge to Home, only patients who have previously been in the hospital or emergency room and have been assessed by medical staff will be allowed into the program. Each patient will get their own room, food, structured recreation, and on site behavioral health care. Treatment can be, excuse me, treatment can include medication management, um, therapy, and substance use treatment. Patients can stay on site for up to 12 months or until they can be transitioned to permanent supportive housing facilitated, whichever comes first. End quote. Our highest needs, um, patients deserve our highest level of care, said NYC Health and Hospitals President and CEO Dr. Mitchell Katz. Yes, Dr. Mitchell Katz. Bridge to Home will give our patients with serious mental illness a new beginning, combining social and recreational activities with the privacy of their own room and psychiatric support from a comprehensive care team, including peers. Part of a larger homeless plan. Adams expects the $13 million Bridge to Home program to be fully operational by 2027, serving up to 100 beds. It is part of the mayor's $650 million plan to tackle street homelessness, um, announced in his State of the City address on January 9th. That sounds like a good idea. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. I actually agree with this. But here's the thing: you can't force them to go into shelters and stuff. I know sometimes people um don't trust the system of the foster system, whatever that is actually. But at the same time, man, like the more homelessness you see on the streets and subways, the more violence is going to happen. You know what I mean? And yeah, you I think it's all about having the right approach. You know what I'm saying? But hey, it is what it is. And good luck with that program. Okay. So, where were we? Where were we? Where were we? In addition to Bridge to Home, the mayor said he will also add 900 beds this summer to the city's Safe Haven program that offers low barrier shelter facilities in New York to New Yorkers experiencing severe mental illness and homelessness. The program is often the first step to providing permanent housing for Participants, our new Bridge to Home model will help New Yorkers with severe mental illness and invest in 1,000 street beds that we know are in high demand and that are highly effective, Adams said. This administration has made the largest annual investment in serving street homelessness in the city's history and has more than doubled our street programming budget from when we came into office. Although Adams said his administration has helped get 2,000 homeless New Yorkers out of the subway system, mayoral candidate and city comptroller Brad Lander said on Monday that only 3 of those people moved into permanent housing. The mayor's announcement follows Hochul's State of the State address on Tuesday, in which she had laid out a comprehensive plan for subway safety, including more cops on the trains and platform barriers at select stations to help prevent falls and perpetrators from shoving passengers onto the tracks. Adams, who frequently cited NYPD statistics throughout 2024 in reporting that transit crime was down, said his administration has remained focused on homelessness and subway safety. Go Google other cities and see the encampments lining the streets, he said. You don't see that here in this city because our North Star is to not allow that to happen. Many of those homeless encampments are no longer in existence in New York City after Adams launched a controversial campaign in 2022 to break them down. Some of the homeless individuals targeted in the sweeps wound up suing the mayor over personal losses and stress. Well, and and some more mayor news. All right, so there is a way to end street homelessness in New York City and restore safety in the subways, City Comptroller Brad Lander said on Monday. Lander, a contender in the 2025 race for NYC mayor, unveiled his blueprint on January 13th for making subways and streets safer for New Yorkers, called Safer for All, a plan to end street homelessness for people with serious mental illness in NYC. Um, Taking a housing first approach, the comptroller's plan aims to provide supportive housing as well as much needed services and treatment to New Yorkers living on the streets who suffer from severe mental illness. The report follows a series of high profile violent crimes that plagued the city over the previous month, including the death of 57-year-old Debrina Kawam, who was burned alive on a Coney Island F train on December 22nd, 2024, which I previously talked about. The suspect, Sebastian Zepeda Khalil, age 33, was remanded on first degree murder charges. The case shed light on the city's homelessness problem as well as related crisis crises centered around mental illness and substance abuse. Yeah, this is a nightmare, man. This is a nightmare from hell, folks. Come on. Nightmare from Hell. Sorry about that. I forgot I was on mute. Um, where was I? Where was I? Yeah. Okay. Okay. So as I was saying before I went on mute, actually. So let me just recap it. Actually. Um. So yeah, there is a way to end homelessness in New York City and restore safety in the subways. City Comptroller Brad Lander said on Monday. Lander, a contender in the 2025 race for NYC mayor, unveiled his blueprint on January 13th for making subways and streets safer for New Yorkers, called Safer for All, a plan to end street homelessness for people with serious mental illness in NYC. And for those of you that's not from New York, who's not from New York, NYC stands for New York City. Taking a housing first approach, the comptroller's plan aims to provide supportive housing as well as much needed services and treatment to New Yorkers living on the streets who suffer from severe mental illness, which is what Mayor Adams planned to do. The report follows a series of high profile violent crimes that plagued the city over the previous month, including the death of 57-year-old Debrina Kawam, who was burned alive on a Coney Island F train on December 22nd, 2024, which I previously talked about episodes ago. The suspect, Sebastian Zapata Khalil, age 33, was remanded on first-degree murder charges. The case shed light on the city's homelessness problem as well as related crises centered around mental illness and substance abuse. And in rolling out his plan Monday, Lander also highlighted what he called shortcomings on the issue from Mayor Eric, whom he's challenging in the June Democratic primary. Oh boy. Lord. This is getting crazier. All right, so the reports looks at failures in the current system. The city's top money man said, building on a series of audits and investigations that my office has conducted in recent years, which show that despite spending billions of dollars on outreach, on jails, on police overtime, on shelters, on emergency hospitalizations. Despite all of that, the administration has failed to effectively coordinate a continuum of care that will get people the care they need and into stable housing. Hmm. Hold on. Asked to respond to Lander's plan Monday at an unrelated City Hall press conference, his zona said that his administration will redouble down on its efforts to combat homelessness with $650 million in investment. Um, Adams also noted that mere investment is not enough to solve the problem, and that often when the city lends a helping hand to street homeless individuals with mental health issues, they do not always accept it. When you are dealing with people with severe mental health illness and you tell them you need to come in and get care, you um do you know how hard it that is? Adam said he needs to factor that into his plan when he reaches out and says, I'm gonna lift a finger for you, and the person dealing with severe mental health illness gives him the finger. Then he needs to talk about how he's going to make it happen. The mayor took a swipe at Landis' suggestion that the administration was failing the homeless, adding, we know what we're doing. The stats are there. We've proven it, said Adams. So he can roll out all of the plans he wants. Our success is clear, and we're gonna continue to deal with the national problem that we are facing. That's right. You tell him, Adams. What the Lander plan does. Okay, so how does Lander plan to solve the city's age-old problem of mental illness and homelessness on New York City streets? Through cross-agency cooperation, the comptroller said that I don't really get why this is showing up. Sorry about that. Um, um, yeah, through a through cross-agency cooperation, the comptroller said that options for both voluntary and mandated treatments and outcomes-based investments in the mental health system should be explained. Landis said focusing on housing first, along with supporting care, was successful more than a decade ago in ending street homelessness for veterans in NYC. The comptroller's report estimates that some 2,000 people with serious mental illness currently experience unsheltered homelessness or reside in city hospitals or jails who are likely to return to the streets. Lander noted that in the latter circumstance, judges cannot refer people to alternative to incarceration programs that have no available slots. Jails release people with mental illness, cycling from subway to street, from hospital to jail, and back again, Lander said. Supportive housing does not mean city run shelters, the comptroller insisted, although he stressed the shelter program remains important. His housing first includes focusing on finding housing for street homeless through SRO, which is single resident occupancy units, vouchers, and service dollars to get people off the street and into a home with wrap around, support services, including healthcare workers to ensure patients are getting counseling, medication, and other treatment they require. Lander believes his plan will not only adequately resolve the street homelessness crisis, but also help make the city's subways safer and reinstate rider confidence. New Yorkers are stressed out about the lack of safety on on the subway and out streets. And a huge amount of that is mentally ill homeless folks who in some cases become real dangers, as we've seen in recent weeks, Lander said. I don't really believe Lander. I really don't, honestly, man. The way I'm hearing is like he's giving out empty promises and false hope. So that's not really good. Let's see. Let's see. Also, in other news, in other transit news, let's talk the LIRR and Metro North. Suburban railways, Metro North and the Long Island Railroad saw a dramatic increase in ridership every day since the launch of congestion January 5th, according to the state data. Hold up. Metrics on the New York State Open Data Portal show that ridership on both commuter lines is way up from the same period last year before the tolls were in effect. The Long Island Railroad, the railway to the railway connecting the Big Apple to Nassau and Suffolk counties, saw increased ridership last week on both weekends and weekdays. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. The LIRR saw an estimated ridership of only 96,683 on January 5th this year, compared to 199,441 on the same day in 2024. However, it is important to note that January 5th fell on a Sunday this year, compared to a Friday in 2024. Similarly, ridership on Monday, January 6th this year was 92,503 compared to 92,741 on Saturday, January 6th. A clearer picture emerged when comparing weekdays from both years. 239,444 people rode the LIRR on Wednesday, January 8th this year, compared to 208,960 on January 8th in 2024, which was a Monday. That represents a 14.6% jump in ridership this year. Similar metrics rang true on Thursday, January 9th this year, when 229,804 riders took the LIRR versus 213,699 riders on Tuesday, January 9th, 2024. A 7.5% increase. Metro North Railroad, just like the LIRR ridership on Metro North, was up last week on both weekends and weekdays for the commuter rail, which connects Grand Central Terminal to Westchester County and parts of Connecticut. When comparing the first two Sundays of January year over year, there were 22,481 more riders this year compared to 2024. Weekday ridership also increased this month so far. According to the data, 209,500 rode Metro North on Wednesday, January 8th this year, compared with 184,150 on Monday, January 8th, a 13.8% increase. Approximately 198,894 passengers rode the commuter rail on Thursday, January 9th this year, compared with 188,888 on Tuesday, January 9th, 2024. That accounts for a 5.3% increase. Meanwhile, NYC subways and buses also saw increased ridership almost every day since January 5th. State data shows that NYC transit ridership went up last week from the same period last year, before the $9 base toll into Midtown and Lower Manhattan went into effect. All right, better service as public transportation use increases. Advocacy groups are calling for better service. New York's families need faster buses, said Joyce Race, a Riders Alliance senior organizer, after Mayor Eric Adams' State of the City address on January 9th. It's the mayor's job to deliver the fast, reliable bus service New York's families deserve. Yet, just like 4 years ago, New York's buses are the slowest in the nation. She also says city bus riders are more likely than the average New Yorker to be single parents and parents of young children. Hundreds of thousands of students depend on city buses to get to school, according to Race. Caregivers for children, seniors, and people with disabilities rely heavily on bus service. While official MTA data on the toll program's impact on traffic has yet to be announced, early tracking shows mixed results. Some areas have experienced smooth rides, while others saw higher than average traffic congestion. One more piece of transit news that we gotta talk about. I was texting a homegirl of mine, and she actually mentioned about a woman who had a baby. Now, I wanted to look into which train it happened. So, according to the Gothamist, Susan Jung had just boarded a W train at the Times Square station when she heard a commotion. A mom had just given birth, and her naked, wailing newborn was on the floor of the train car. Riders rushed off the train as it pulled into Herald Square. Nobody approached the woman who was on her stomach, and the baby who's on the floor said Jung, age 35. Um, my first instincts was, oh my God, I need to get this baby off the subway floor. She was flailing her arms and just crying. Jung was captured in video holding the baby, affectionately nicknamed Baby W, in a red blanket. In an interview Friday with Gothamist, she revealed new details about the episode, including the new mom's stunning request: cut the unbiblical unbiblical cord. She wanted us to cut the cord, and she kept yelling for us to cut the cord, Jung said. John Record, another writer, produced a pocket knife. A man then volunteered to do it. Dose um on dosing the blade with hand sanitizer, but the new mom, later identified as a woman who had been reported missing in Florida, didn't want that man cutting the umbilical cord, Jung said. So the duty fell to her. What is this? Get rid of this. Um, yeah, so the mother of two said her only medical experience was sewing her brother's stitches and once popping her daughter's nail with a paperclip after a finger started swelling. Nevertheless, she thought through best practices for postnatal care. I made sure to get I made sure to give it good force so that it would just be a quick thing, Jung said. And I wanted to make sure that I wasn't cutting close to either the mom or the baby. Mother and daughter were taken to Bellevue Hospital in good condition, according to MTA officials. But there were indications the mother's journey to the W train on Wednesday morning had been troubled. Yeah, so the W train is where it took place, though. To answer my homegirl's question, the W train. It wasn't the F train. It wasn't the R train either. So, so there you go. Um, she was identified in news reports as Jenny Saint Pierre, age 25, of Hollandale Beach, Florida. Grace Marriott, a spokesperson for the Hollandale Beach Police, says Saint Pierre had been reported missing in September after family hadn't seen her for weeks. Police found her 4 days later in Miami. She was 4 months pregnant and told police she didn't want to go home, according to the spokesperson. Efforts efforts to reach St. Pierre and her family were unsuccessful. The two mothers didn't speak much during the brief ordeal, although Jung recalled St. Pierre asked for food and a Pepsi. You could obviously tell that she had been living off for some time, Jung said. Another rider on the W train, Brianna Brown, took a short video after the baby was born and corroborated Jung's account. As a typical New Yorker, things happen on the train so often that you don't really look and think something crazy is about to happen, Brown told Gothamist. Maybe she fell over because she's tired, she's hung over, and something like that. I wasn't aware that she was pregnant at the time, so I continued just listening to my music and everything. When Brown saw the baby, she was at a loss for words. You are just commuting and somebody would just have a baby on the train, she said. It's just so random and it's so weird. As for Jung, she didn't stick around after police and paramedics arrived. She crossed the platform and got on a train to meet her husband for lunch at home. She ordered subs and was ready to eat. She says she learned one lesson from the experience. End quote. I definitely regret cutting the cord, she said. I talked to a few of my friends who are medical professionals. They are like, next time you deliver a baby, you can just wait to cut the cord. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'll keep that in mind for the next time. So yeah, a successful delivery on the W train. So, you know what I mean? So that's good news right there, man. That's good news. Um yeah, I want to make some noise. Let's make some noise for the mother who just delivered a baby and people on the W train for helping her. All right? Um all right. Okay. Up next. Um we're going to talk about Chris and the lawsuit that's happening. And this will be the start of a trending topic under chatting all the jazz right here. So I'll break this down once this loads. All right, on to Chris Brown and this lawsuit. All right. Okay. And this is according to the folks from Deadline. Chris Brown may like Donald Trump, but the weakest link singer really doesn't like Warner Brothers Discovery, asserting that the company and producers of the investigation Discovery docuseries Chris Brown: A History of Violence ignored facts that didn't fit their narrative and holding him to past sins. Brown is suing Warner Brothers Discovery and others for $500 million in a defamation filing today. To put it simply, this case is about the media putting their own profits over the truth. The jury trial seeking complaint in lawsuit claims. Since the beginning of October of 2024, Ample LLC and Warner Brothers were put on notice that they were promoting and publishing false information in their pursuit of likes, clicks, downloads, and dollars, and to the detriment of Chris Brown. It adds ultimately on October 27th, 2024, they aired Chris Brown: A History of Violence, the documentary, knowing that it was full of lies and deception and violating basic journalist principles. Ah, Lord. Oh, boy. Hmm. Sorry about that. For some reason my tablet is like freezing up. Just give me 1 second, folks. My apologies, folks. I had to restart my tablet. Where are we? Yes, the Chris Brown topic. Yes. I'm gonna keep going with that after I get settled in. Okay. Okay, let's continue. Um, all right, so um before I got sidetracked with my tablet acting funny and stuff, so let me just continue where I left off here. So let's see. Yeah, so they did so after being provided proof that their information was false, and their storytelling, Jane Doe, had not only been discredited over and over, but was in fact a perpetrator of intimate partner violence and aggressor herself. The document from Santa Monica's McCathern firm went on to say of the incident that supposedly happened on a yacht of the much accused Sean Diddy Combs in 2020. Mr. Brown has never been found guilty of any sex related crime, whether it's rape, sexual battery, sexual assault, etc. But this documentary states in every available fashion that he is a serial rapist and sexual abuser, long tainted in the eyes of many for his assault. Hang on a second. Um, of then girlfriend Rihanna just before the 2009 Grammys. Suits Brown's suit to Tuesday does skirt over the long litany of punching people, lovers, and managers that Chris Brown, a history of violence, details. Tuesday's lawsuit also sidesteps Rihanna's later revelations that Brown hit her on numerous other occasions during their relationship. It ignores a 2018 sexual assault case against the touring and album releasing Brown that was settled with a payout, but does censor in on a 2022 sexual assault and battery legal action by Jane Doe, who Brown and his attorney's name in their suit. That was fairly quickly tossed out. Despite this, the documentary's producers portrayed um, redacted as credible, ignoring her established lack of veracity, Brown's suit says. Warner Brothers Discovery did not respond to requests for comment on Brown's complaint when contacted by Deadline. If they do, we will update this post. Intending to donate a portion of that $500 million in damages to survivors of sexual abuse. If Brown wins the case, the performer's main lawyer has some words for um, Warner Brothers Discovery and the other defendants out of court. This case is about protecting the truth, said attorney Levy McCarthy, echoing the lawsuit somewhat. Despite being provided with evidence disproving their claims, the producers of this documentary intentionally promoted false and defamatory information, knowingly disregarding their ethical obligations as journalists. Their actions undermine not only Mr. Brown's decade long efforts to rebuild his life, so the credibility of true survivors of violence. Listen, listen, man. Um, Rihanna already forgave her and moved on. Okay, like, why do we have to keep bringing this up though? Like, are you kidding me? Y'all like trying to discredit this guy. You don't know what he's been through. You know what I mean? I just feel like y'all just doing this shit for like clicks and stuff, man. Like it's a fucking reach. It's a fucking reach, man. Let's move on, man. You know what I mean? Chris Brown, continue to rebuild and redeem yourself despite all this, all right? There's no such thing as a perfect human being. Everybody makes mistakes. And And you know how much longer do you have to shame this guy, man? Like, come on. Anyway, let's move on to Flavor Flav doing some charitable stuff. Um, as Los Angeles prepares to rebuild after the devastating wildfire crisis this month, Flavor Flav is spearheading an important cause, supporting Black families who have been displaced in the disaster. On Monday, January 20th, the Public Enemy rapper shared in a video on his socials revealing that he has partnered with GoFundMe and the Black Music Action Coalition to streamline a donation site benefiting Black households affected by the Eaton fire in the Pasadena, Altadena area. Contributions will be spread out across more than 700 families listed in a database compiled by Community Aid, Dina, Afropunk, and Walk Good LA. End quote. This is Flavor Flav in the building. The musician says in a clip. It's been inspiring to me seeing a lot of people coming together right now, lifting each other's spirits. There's not enough being done for the Black families and the communities. Flav continues. Come on, y'all. Let's make LA strong, baby. Let's help those in need. At the time, the hip hop star's fundraiser has already raised nearly $30,000. Donations can be made on the GoFundMe website. Flav is just the latest musician to champion charitable efforts in the 2 weeks since dangerous wildfires first broke out in Pacific Palisades January 7th, after which more blazes quickly erupted in other parts of LA. Countless buildings, homes, and possessions have been destroyed as first responders struggle to extinguish the remaining flames, while 27 people have been reported dead so far, according to CNN. Of course, Taylor Swift, The Weeknd, and Beyonce's Bay Good Foundation are just a few of the other big names who have boosted various organizations serving victims of the crisis while making sizable donations of their own. Those Doja Cat unveiled a line of custom merchandise with proceeds benefiting those in need, and Billie Eilish, Lady Gaga, Olivia Rodrigo, and several more stars have signed on to perform at Fire Aid, which I talked about, in upcoming charity concert benefiting Los Angeles plans to rebuild. In the wake of the crisis, the Shake Your Booty musician also found a way recently to support Leighton Meester and Adam Brody, who reportedly lost their home to the fires. In a TikTok posted January 14th, Flav danced to the Gossip Girl stars 2019 single Somebody to Love, featuring Robin Thicke, and told fans stream Leighton Meester's Somebody to Love and use the song in your TikToks. He wrote in the captions, starting to hype up my girl Leighton Meester and help her family recover from the fire. Hmm. Also, I want to commend Flavor Flav on helping out the women in the Olympics. I want to make some noise for Flavor Flav, man. He's doing big things. And I previously talked about how he was trying to help out one of the Applebee's locations. One of the Applebee's locations to stay open. So I want to commend him for that, actually. So I want to make some noise for Flavor Flav. All right. So completely grateful, and we thank you. We thank you for that. You know what I mean? And hold on a second. Yeah. Be right back. Sorry about that, folks. I had to run to the bathroom real quick. Um. All right. So next topic we gotta talk about is. Hang on a second. Let me make sure. All right, Lil Wayne. Hold on. The Hot Boys, including Lil Wayne, have announced that they are extending their comeback a few more shows following a successful reunion late last year. On Wednesday, which took place on January 22nd, a series of shows billed as Lil Wayne with the special guest Hot Boys was announced. The three concerts will take place in late and St. Louis. The mini tour The mini tour, a press release explains, will be headlined by Lil Wayne with special guests Hot Boys, BG, Juvenile, and Turk. Of course, tickets for the shows are currently available for pre-sale. General on sale has begun since Friday, January 24th. All tickets can be purchased in the link. And yeah, little and the tour dates includes for Little Louisiana um presents Lil Wayne with special guest Hot Boys. So February 21st, Tampa Bay, Florida, at um Amalie Arena. February 23rd, Charlotte, North Carolina, at Spectrum Center. And the last one will be February 28th, which is this Friday. So there you go, right there. Recent Hot Boys reunion have gone a few different ways. The most recent in November at the Little Louisiana Fest in New Orleans featured all four members: Turk, BG, Juvenile, Wayne, on stage together as a full four piece to perform um uh, several numbers for the first time since 2000. They were joined by Many Fresh and Birdman as well. They rapped Get Your Roll On, I Need a Hot Girl, and Neighborhood Superstar, in addition to versions of their solo material. Months prior at the Essence Festival, there were a different setup. Wayne only came on stage once BG and Juvenile joined by Many Fresh, excuse me, yeah, Manny Fresh and Birdman were finished performing. Turk was missing, saying in the lead up to the show that the business side of it was getting in the way. Um at Essence Fest, Wheezy performed for 20 minutes without his former bandmates, producer, and label head, who then all returned without Juvenile for a final song after Wayne left the stage. During Wayne's set, the Cash Money logos on screen were replaced by ones for his label Young Money, and he said he was here on behalf of Young Money fucking records. There was one more Hot Boys show in Houston last month, according to a review in the Houston Press. That show had each member performing separately, though all four did come together at the end for a four-song mini set. All right. Let's see. Let's see. I'm pretty sure y'all heard of Babbel, right? Let's talk about Babbel for a sec. Let's talk Babbel for a sec though, man. You know what I mean? All right, so Babbel, for those of you who may not know, is your key to learn language effectively. Whether you are returning to a language you've learned before and need to jog your memory, or starting from scratch, Babbel's unique ecosystem has the right learning activities for you. Babbel is designed to get you speaking quickly by making learning fun, interesting, and relevant to your specific needs. Over 150 language learning experts tailor each course to your native language and your learning level, sourcing original content from native speakers to ensure you have an authentic and enjoyable experience from day one. How can I learn with Babbel, you ask? Reach your learning goals quickly, easily, online, and fuss-free. The proven Babbel method features short, flexible lessons tailored to your skill level, as well as variety of fun activities, live classes, podcasts, and more that you can easily fit into your daily routine. You'll quickly form a habit that leads to learning success. Master that complex grammar and vocabulary effortlessly. You'll be introduced to grammar tips and vocab reviews at exactly the right time and in context, so you can further strengthen your understanding of the language and easily retain what you've learned. How do I get started? You can set up your account to kickstart your learning journey. Simply go to the App Store or Google Play Store, search for Babbel, and download the app onto your smartphone. You'll be prompted to set up an account with your email address, which you will use to log into your account in the future. That's the first step. Number one. Number two, select a language to learn. Would you learn to would you like to learn Spanish, German, French, or another language? Choose from our 14 available languages. If you change your mind later on, you can easily switch to a different language. Number three, find your learning level. Don't worry about knowing your current language level and where to start. A quick placement test will make sure you are suggested learning content that suits your current skill level. Weekly goal. Think about how many lessons you'd like to compete per week, then set them as your weekly goal. You'll quickly find your rhythm and get into the groove of working towards it a little every day. You can easily scale your weekly goal up or down depending on how busy you are. Number five, enable speech recognition. Feel prepared for real life conversations with Babbel's speech recognition software. You'll be asked to enable the microphone on your device, switch it on to best practice your speaking skills and get real-time feedback on your pronunciation. All it takes is 15 minutes a day. Make quick progress on your language learning journey, whether you are exercising on your commute or cooking dinner. Our variety of bite-sized or flexible learning activities ensure that there's a Babbel experience that fits your routine. If you need a little help remembering, can easily set up learning reminders in your app that will trigger a notification to your phone. Build your language skills. Getting equipped, learn through different learning modes that teach you all the intricacies of language, help you develop the skills you need to communicate in your new language. Listening, precise your listening comprehension by matching what you hear to the words you've seen on screen. Speaking, gain confidence in your pronunciation by speaking into the speech recognition tool and receiving instant feedback. Writing, improve your spelling by typing out words in context and receiving instant feedback. Grammar, learn complex grammar in an intuitive way to strengthen your understanding of the language. Repeat until it becomes second nature. No more flashcards or endless lists of vocab. The review section reminds you of the words you need to repeat at exactly the right time until they make their way into your long term memory. Celebrate your success with a certificate. Reaching a new level is a huge step on your language learning journey, so it should be celebrated accordingly. Anytime you complete a level, you'll receive an official Babbel certificate, which you can use as proof of your language skills based on the common European framework or reference for languages. Babbel's learning experience. Use Babbel across multiple devices. Learn on whichever device you prefer or easily switch between them. Your progress will always be synced across devices and saved to your unique account. So if you'd like to take a 15-minute lesson on your desktop before starting work and another another one on your phone while you are on your lunch break, no problem at all. What is the Babbel app? Learn on the go whenever it suits you. You can download the Babbel app onto your smartphone or tablet and access language lessons, podcasts, and more anytime, anywhere, even offline. Can I use Babbel on a laptop or desktop? Yes, simply type babbel.com into your preferred browser and sign up or log into your existing account to use the web-based version of Babbel. Dive into Babbel's variety of immersive learning experiences. What is Babbel Live, you ask? Babbel Live is our live, excuse me, Babbel Live is our platform for live online language classes. With Babbel Live, you are in the capable hands of our certified friendly native speaking language teachers. Benefit from their support in a safe environment and choose from hundreds of classes per week to easily fit language learning into your schedule. What are Babbel podcasts? Babbel podcasts are full immersion cultural experiences with native speakers teaching different languages at various levels. They are available via Spotify, Apple Music, Spreaker, and also in the Babbel app. Um, so yeah, and Babbel subscription bundles, whatever you, whatever you, whatever you're learning motivation might be, Babbel has the ideal subscription plan for you, so you can easily fit language learning into your routine and start working towards your goals. Of course, you have a 3 month subscription, ideal if you are getting started and want to find your learning rhythm. 6 month subscription, best if you are a language enthusiast and have a rough learning goal in mind. 12 month subscription, great if you are a real language aficionado and a student and a studious learner. Babbel means more. Includes learning kit, your language, your personal language learning kit, learning kit. Excuse me. Equipped with a variety of activities that keep you engaged and motivated on your learning journey. Why Babbel works? Independent researchers have found that the Babbel app is an effective and efficient way to learn a new language. So there you go, folks. You have languages that includes Russian, Norwegian, Polish, Turkish, Portuguese, Italian, Danish, Indonesian, Dutch, Swedish, Spanish, German, and French. So there you go. Check out the Babbel app at your Apple Store or your Google Play stores. All right. And let's see. Let me see what else I have to talk about here. Let me see. Let's see. Um yes. Yes. We got some places to talk about here, man. I want to get to munchies and drinks for a sec, actually, man. You know what I mean? Munchies and drinks. You know what I mean? So here it is, munchies and drinks. We'll get into it right here. Hold on. Um, okay, hold on. let's get into some places involving food and beverages. All right, so um I didn't even know what you call it. Bradley Cooper was getting into the food business. This is interesting. So let's start there. Bradley Cooper is proving himself as a maestro of the Philly cheesesteak in the East Village. The Oscar nominated actor and director's recent leading role has been as a restaurateur and occasional chef at Danny and Coop's restaurant in the East Village, a joint operated with limited hours, announced on the eatery's Instagram page. The Oscar nominated actor and director's recent leading role has been a restaurateur. Yeah, I already read that. Danny and Coops was open again this weekend at 151 Avenue Avenue A in Alphabet City, drawing lines of hungry patrons, several hundred people long and stretching around the corner from the restaurant. Cooper, a famous Philadelphia native, teamed up with Danny um, DGM Pietro, owner of Angelo, known for its Philly cheesesteaks. The eatery teased the public with a little pop-up preview last year, December 20th to the 22nd, and has been open on a limited time basis lately. This weekend, Cooper returned to the kitchen for an occasional star turn, with fans lining up to catch a glimpse of him in the kitchen apron and black gloves. Matthew Paul Mikala from Passaic, New Jersey, came by to try out the Bradley Cooper cheesesteak spot. I heard that the cheesesteaks are good. Um, Palmy Collar said while waiting in line, I'm excited to see if Bradley Cooper's in there cooking food. It seems like a good place to go on a date on a Saturday morning. Yeah. Cooper manned the griddle that day, helping several employees make cheesesteaks. The restaurant stayed open that day until it is sold out. Some say the sandwiches are the star, packed with beef, onions, and Cooper's sharp American cheese. The brand is not related to the actor. On fresh baked sesame seed bums. Oh wait, buns. Sorry, buns made in house. Um, yeah. Oh shit. It's no surprise that the cheesesteaks at this narrow counter service spot are excellent. Is how the infatuation.com put it, thanks to the partnership. Workers wear black Danny and Coops cheesesteaks t-shirts with the company logo and prices visible on the wall. A cheesesteak at Danny and Coops costs $17.45, while a bottle of water costs $1.84. Wow. Wow. Um, okay. Um, Although it's still new, the restaurant already has 74,000 followers on Instagram. Happy to see an East Village restaurant star being born. After 11 reviews, the place has 4 out of 5 stars on Yelp, and the reviews will continue to flow. The question is whether the shine will remain even if Cooper isn't in the kitchen, and whether the Philly cheesesteaks will be enough to keep crowds lining up on a New York City sidewalk where the sandwiches may eventually become the stars. You can follow on Instagram.com/Danny and Coops for details on their next shift. Um, okay. Narina. Okay. A new restaurant in Greenpoint is taking guests on a culinary adventure through Greece. Narina is venture from the team behind the Midtown Restaurant Rye, led by co-owners Spyro uh, Menegatos and Christos Gormos. Narina is steeped in Greek traditions from the food and wine to the decor and dining experiences. The menu, created by executive chef Moshe Grundman, features modern twists on traditional Greek recipes. The plates are served mezze style, allowing different flavor combinations. The menu includes options such as lamb chop, medallions, lobster orzotto, lemon potato, nochi, grilled octopus. Ew. Oh shit. Tuna tartar, tartar, tartar. Excuse me, tartare. Excuse me, tuna tartare. Not sure what that is. Cretin spiced scallops and a whole grilled fish. For starters, the menu has a traditional Greek salad, a grape, um, a grape arugula salad, house-made sourdough bread topped with um anthro and honey, as well as a platter of tzatziki, spicy feta, hummus, favor, and and tarama served with house-made pita bread. And dessert options include blonde chocolate mousse, sorbet, and gelato. Hmm. The restaurant for the restaurant's beverage program curated by wine director Demetrios Karagiannis, Narina boasts an all Greek wine list emphasizing organic and biodynamic wines that specifically highlight Greece's dedication to natural winemaking and environmentally friendly practices. The cocktail menu draws inspiration from Greek flavors, featuring Mediterranean ingredients, infused spirits, house-made syrups, and tinctures. Yes, tinctures that pair well with the menu. There's also a selection of Greek beers, mocktails, and non-alcoholic beverages to choose from. In their design, Narina features the understated elegance of 1970s um, Athenian 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 apartment lobbies, from its indoor space to the glass enclosed outdoor dining area, seating 85 people inside. Narina boosts a cozy, welcoming environment, almost as if you were being into a friend's home. And the restaurant embodies the Greek tradition of uh, philoxenia, excuse me, or friend to a stranger, ensuring that every guest is welcomed into a warm and hospitable environment. Narina is located at 35 Commercial Street and is open Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday from 5 to 10 p.m. and Fridays and Saturday from 5 to 11 p.m. For more information, you can visit narinanyc.com. That's www.narinanyc.com. All right, so one more food and drink thing. So this Black History Month, happy Black History Month to all the entrepreneurs um who have their own businesses involving food and other products whatsoever. Hamburger America in the West Village is honoring the legacy of cultural contributions of American cuisine with a special burger collaboration featuring the iconic Ben's Chili Bowl, a Washington, D.C. fixture since 1958. For the entire month of February, Hamburger America will serve the Ben's Chili Cheeseburger, a blend of the legendary Ben's spicy chili sauce with a classic American hamburger. The Ali family, original owners of Ben's Chili Bowl, are joining Hamburger America in spotlighting not just a delectable dish, but also a vital part of the civil rights narrative. Nizam 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 Ali, Ben's son, who is continuing the legacy, joined Hamburger America chef George Motz in preparing the exclusive burger for a crowd of delighted patrons and VIP guests with tales of the restaurant's rich heritage amidst the sizzling sound of burgers cooking. Ooh, that just sounds pretty tasty. Food is definitely a part of Black culture. It's been important since day one. Nizam Ali told AM New York Metro, "It's a place where the family gets together. Whether you're family, friends, or community, you get together and eat. And when you eat, you have this common bond where we're the same. Food is such a healing and comforting thing. Yes, it is. I agree. The um the Ben's Chili Cheeseburger features a 100% all natural Angus beef patty topped with Ben's famously spicy chili sauce, paired with American cheese, crisp lettuce, and creamy mayo, all nestled within a toasted bun. Ben's has been a culinary haven for notable figures, including Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and civil rights leaders John Lewis, both of whom enjoyed its famed chili while fighting for justice during a pivotal time in American history. The restaurant stood as a pillar of resilience in the tumultuous era of the 1968 DC riots, remaining open to provide comfort and sustenance engaged in social protest. It's an honor because George is a hamburger historian. So it feels good to be in New York, especially during Black History Month. Nizam said, "We cherish every day because every day is history." I think this is a turning point for George and us. This collaboration may lead to something else. It really feels special. Peter Ali, chief brand officer of Ben's Chili Bowl, expressed enthusiasm for the partnership. Food represents culture. It's how we all come together at the table and hold a conversation, she said. She reflected on the significance of this month, noting how the cheeseburger symbolizes the unifying power of food in discussing history and culture in a communal setting. A portion of the proceeds from this special burger will be donated to Ben's Chili Bowl Foundation, which continues to emphasize community values and support local initiatives. Mott's, a well-respected hamburger historian, recognizes the unique opportunity this collaboration brings. Mott's, who featured Ben's Chili Bowl in his hamburger handbook, Hamburger America, is now taking the eats from the pages to the plates. He hopes New Yorkers can relish in a part of DC goods this month as they pay tribute to the unsung heroes of America's burger culture. This collaboration expands Hamburger America's repertoire of regional burger specialties. Previous stars included Butter Burger, Krabby Patty, Butter Burger. Oh wow. Wait. Who puts butter on burgers, man? Are you kidding me? Hold on. This is so funny. Oh man. Wait a minute, man. Wait just a damn minute. You got to be kidding me, man. You got to be kidding me. Hold on. Wait a minute here. Wait a minute here. Wait a minute here. Butter burger. I don't know if and butter and burgers mix. I don't know because this I don't know if I would do something like that though, man, but I don't know. But it sounds like a weird combo right there, man. And I don't mean to laugh, but anytime I see something weird going on, it's just one of those things that's very, very, very funny and a little complicated and stuff. Yeah. Anyway, as I was saying before, I was thrown off by Butterburger. Yeah, Butterburger, Krabby Patty, and steamed cheeseburger while preserving the culinary history that shaped the nation, one burger at a time. So, um, for those who want to know where it's located, Hamburger America is located at 155 West Houston Street. For more information, you can visit the website hamburgeramerica.com. That's www.hamburgeramerica.com and get your select food from the menu. All right. So there you go. There you go. I think I'm gonna wrap up here, man. I'm gonna wrap up right here. Okay, hold on a minute here. All right, we'll wrap up right here with this stream choices on the go. All right, so here it is. Let's go. All right, folks. You can follow Off the Meat Rat Chainz New York Avenue podcast on Bluesky Social, Facebook, alongside with Threads and other podcast shows that I do, which is the same as it is on Threads and Instagram. So my other podcast shows are the Sports Edition show, excellent Fun Vibrant Talks podcast. Be sure to follow that. And of course, my entertainment review show, Meticulous Vibe Juice Podcast. And you can also follow your host with the most, G Money Stacks 555 in Queens, New York. All right. And if you go to the link in bio where it says Linktree/G Money Stacks 555, you're gonna see a whole list of artistry and platforms. Which I am glad to go over. Starting with Odyssey, Audible, Audioburst, Amazon Music, Breaker, Bullhorn FM, Deezer, Listen Notes, Moon FM Podcast, Overhaul FM Podcast, Player FM, Pocket Cast, Podbay, Podfriend, Podhound, Podopolo, Panorama Podcast Index, Podcast Addict, Podchaser, Podverse, Podcast Guru, Podvine, Snip, Spotify for Creators. You can also comment on the episodes on Spotify for Creators, on what you think of the topics, all that great stuff right there. And of course, TuneIn Radio, Radio Public, iHeartRadio, the singers in R&B, favorite rappers, hip hop artists, radio stations, and of course, podcast shows and episodes for free. You don't need a credit card or debit card to download iHeartRadio. All you need to do is follow the podcast by subscribing on iHeartRadio along with the streaming platforms that I just mentioned. And of course, be sure to do the same on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel page, G Money Stacks 555, for more live video episode podcast, live stream recordings. Leave a like and a comment along with the episodes. And of course, tell a friend to another friend. Word of mouth is important. Of course, be sure to share the videos. Be sure to also, if you want, you can download the episodes as well, and of course, add the podcast to your playlist. If you are on the go to work or coming from work, college classes, wherever destinations you are coming from, you can also check that out as well on your leisure time. And of course, be sure to enable alerts so you don't miss out on new episodes that's going to be uploaded and posted to the YouTube channel pages. And of course, share the Linktree link along with the podcast That's on every streaming platform with your husbands, your wives, your boyfriends, girlfriends, people you're cool with from work. New episodes are going to be Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays on every streaming platform that I just mentioned, wherever you listen, stream, and watch your podcast. All right. And yeah, that's gonna do it for me, man. I'm your man, G Money Stacks, aka the Greginator, your host with the most. I like to take this time to say thank you to 96 subscribers who tuned in to the podcast as well. And of course, the grind doesn't stop. Hard work pays off. If you want something, you have to earn it, because it's not going to be given to you on a fucking silver platter. And be sure to also find your niche, follow your goals and dreams, and whatever career field you're trying to do, don't let anybody stop you or anything like that. And if you are one of the new podcasters that's trying to start a podcast, don't let anybody stop you. Just go for it. I will most likely do a segment basis of podcast free game mechanisms. Whenever I don't have any more topics to talk about, I will gladly give y'all some podcasting tips on how to start a podcast and equipment and all that other stuff. I will be so glad to actually help y'all out. All right. And of course, be on your P's and Q's when it comes to creating content, whether it's on YouTube and everywhere else. Yeah, YouTube, along with everywhere else, be on your P's and Q's. So you ask yourself, are you doing this for the money and moment, or are you doing this on a consistency basis and the fun? And yeah, be on your P's and Q's creatively, mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. That gets you into your zone alongside with tunnel vision. All right. There's no path on following your there's no manual. There's no manual on following your path, your journey, and whatever career field you're trying to do. And let me just say this though before I forget. It doesn't matter whether you win or lose, man. It's how you play the game. And of course, don't let anybody tell you not to call it a podcast. If you're doing it on YouTube, it counts as a podcast, man. It's not just audio recordings. And where do audio recordings come from? Sometimes on YouTube, videos. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. So yeah, don't let anybody fucking discourage you on that bullshit. So, you know what I mean? And yeah, I'm about to be out of here, and I'll see y'all next time with some new episodes, new topics, all that great stuff right there, man. I'm gonna sign off, and I'm gonna sign off and grab some tea and stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? So peace and one love, man. And I will see y'all on the flip side. Stay liquid. Of course, be sure to stay warm in case the weather changes and all that other stuff. And of course, have your gloves, have your scarves, have your jogging sweatpants ready, because it's gonna be cold again. Like through the end of the week, and of course next week. So be on the lookout for that though, man. All right, man. Peace and one love. See y'all next time. Good night, everybody.